Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, hi.
Hey.
Hello. We're
Good.
good.
What's up?
Good to be back. Missed a session. Raring to go.
Oh yeah, but we had to make new characters and stuff. It's like it was terrible. We fought literally all of the gods at once.
Oh, yeah,
I hate when
that's
that
right.
happens.
Totally
Yeah, we're
remember that.
on an actual session 0 now, it turns out. Yeah, so character creation, yeah?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh.
Looking at the stream, I can see us all. I haven't got the sound on, so I don't know if we can hear us. I need my headphone charger. Come here.
On brand, on brand, on brand.
Absolutely. How about now? Can you hear me now? I turned the camera off, Lost One, so you didn't have to see me munging down on my dinner. But now sound should be working, which means you'll be able to hear me chewing as well, which sounds terrible, I know. Yeah. But oh, the deliciousness. The beautiful deliciousness. I must show, I made banh mi, and my wife put all the yummy nom-noms in it. And now I have to look at it because chewing is rude. I'm so sad. Anyway, we'll get back to that in a moment. Last time, it was 2 weeks ago now, if you're Anthony, that we were all working together. Lost One, it's banh mi. So it's basically a Vietnamese baguette with a bunch of sort of cold meats in it. So it's a cross between Subway and a Vietnamese roll.
They're really good.
They're so good. Oh my
That sounds
goodness,
amazing.
Anthony, look at that.
Oh, spectacular.
Can I see some sort of falafel in there?
No, it's like a coleslaw type thing.
Oh, nice. I am just going to chew now. I'm so sorry. Yes, the new Session 0 section where we all share our food and eat on camera because that's what the people don't want.
We're just very immersive, you know. This is going to be a dinner episode. We've all got food and drinks with us.
I mean, this is how real D&D happens. We all show up, nobody's eaten,
Yeah.
nobody's ready. We talk trash for an hour and a half, and then there's 45 minutes before it's too late, but you still have to play on.
That's it. I'll get up in 10, 20 minutes. I'll be like, oh no, my Uber's here. And I'll go do that. Stalling everything.
Someone will have an inappropriate work phone call halfway through, and that'll take an hour. Looking at you, Smeagol. Only because Smeagol's the only name I can say out loud of the people who would actually do that, because we all know Smeagol. Smeagol's been sailing the seas of thieves with us lately. That mic keeps making big, peaky noises, so I do apologise. We might have to do that. Anyway, last time we were all here, I believe. When were you last in the room, Anthony? I can't remember where we were. We were killing the beer dragon, were we not?
Yeah, I killed a living beer, or so we all did, and someone got pissed with the dragon.
So a normal outing for this group so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, just enough weird.
it was awesome fun for Remy. He got to attack stuff.
Brilliant. Well, in your absence, we were you there for the terror? Oh no, you weren't. You missed the cheating that went on in 3 Coin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the gambling.
I feel like Formosus should give you a quick run around that one while I have a couple of bites to eat, because Formosus would probably enjoy telling it more.
How can one truly put such a spectacle into words? My English capabilities cannot do it justice of how I managed to cheat, fail cheating, and still win, to then pass the baton to our dearest Elfia, who, with an amazing show of dexterousness, also made me win. What was it? 2? It was 3 all heads in a row or something.
Yeah, there was a total of 6 heads in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a very complex game.
We absolutely didn't make it
the
up
way
on
it
the spot.
plays, the way it plays is that in order, there is a copper piece, a silver piece, and a gold piece on the table, and then you toss 3 coins. But before you toss them, you need to decide what you think. Yeah, so you toss each of those coins in order, but you need to decide what you think it's going to land on. But you need to still go for all 3. So you decide, I think tails is going to be heads, silver's going to be so copper is going to be heads, silver's going to be heads, and gold is going to be tails. And then you toss them in order. The ones that you get correct, you keep. Or you can do what we did, which is just heads,
Right.
which
Sounds like
shouldn't work.
2 up,
And
3 up.
yeah, and then use thaumaturgy to cheat, or was it prestidigitation?
It was prestidigitation.
Yes. And with that, so with that, Pharmacists ended up using prestidigitation to try and alter how they flipped in the air to get them to land on all heads. However, they noticed him casting that spell, but the Maze Lord's little pet mage in there was able to determine what the original outcome would have been, which would have been 3 heads. And then because we cheated, but also would have already won, he decided double or nothing. At which point I took over and also cheated, not with magic, but by just doing fake coin flips. Because there is actually a way of doing this in real life where you can toss a coin and have it sort of wobble in a way that it looks like it's flipping over in the air, but really it's not. It's sort of like rotating on an axis.
Awesome.
And you can easily determine which way it's going to land that way.
And you won a pile of cash, or?
Yeah, I ended up getting 3 heads.
I wouldn't call it a pile of cash. I'd call it some cash.
I think we might have to write in that you guys were jibbed and it was more of a test, because thinking more about the game, if you choose to go all heads or all tails, it's not like putting it on red or black on the roulette wheel. It should be harder to get all heads or all tails. So I think there should be a multiplier added to it if you do that. So it might be 10 times the total pot or something like that. So I think the idea is you should be able to bet on the people playing the game as well. So I don't know.
I'd bet.
It just seems like the right way to do gambling.
So you just finished chatting to this guy in the bar, and you're about to head back?
That's right. So when we come in, you are all not here. I can't show you where we are because I'm not game to open Tailspire tonight.
Yep.
But Darrow has just left. You are in the roof of the Hung Vagrant's Toenail in a safe house.
Yeah, and we just negotiated. Well, we were trying to use Feybar shenanigans to get him to just come with us right away, but he broke through that. So essentially, the deal we made is that we would meet up with him outside of the hut that you actually get into the Maze Lord's hideout
Oh yeah.
at dusk. So sunset. And
Well,
so we've got until then to prepare, rest up, do whatever needs doing in order to sort of get ahead of anything that may happen.
are we sleepy, DM? What's our?
I would say that you do have time to get back to your rooms at the Always and do the appropriate amount of resting and chilling to constitute a long rest at this stage.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll do that because I'm a monk and I don't really have much preparation to do on that end.
Yeah. I was thinking more, I think Tanare, I believe that you had burnt through a few spells last time. I don't think you have. I think you've got 2 first levels left, but that's the only ones you've used. Or your other option would be to go and do some prep and some other things.
Just don't know what other things.
No, I'm happy to go and do my ablutions and have some dinner.
Sounds good. Okay, so are you all happy to meet at the aforementioned place then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just checking. For most of this scenario, do either of you need some material components for spells while you're getting a rest? Because I'm pretty well good. There's like only a little bit that can help me with the proper sleep. So while you two get some shut eye, is there any are there any spell components that you would need?
Oh, sure. If you are willing to go do a little bit of shopping.
Yeah, shopping, foraging, just anything in
Well,
particular.
Do you use components or do you have a focus, Tanare? And
actually, that's a good point. I think I ended up with a focus. Let me double check.
Yeah, being a cleric, you will start with a holy symbol, which you can use as casting focus, which gets through the material component requirements other than ones that are consumed during the spell or have a monetary value.
and the
I
same
also
would,
have a prayer wheel.
and the same would be true for the bard because that would be your instrument.
My personality is my spell focus.
Force of personality. That should really be a spell that a bard could cast.
They already do.
They do have force of personality? That's why it sounds familiar, I assume.
Charm person, I guess.
I guess it's I mean it's part of the charm, right?
Yeah. The cast charm person using charisma.
I just think it's a really cool name for a bard spell.
It's very cool.
Apparently it's a feat.
Hell yeah.
I recall something about it, but it could be in a different game system.
Yeah.
So
Looks like it's not D&D.
Yeah.
yeah,
Complete adventurer.
this is what happens when you play multiple systems.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so you find yourself rested, rejuvenated, fed, and you've probably had a little bit of time to talk about how you plan to approach things. So, is there anything that you want to discuss before we pop ourselves outside the Mage Lord's shack?
I found it a bit strange, to be honest, everyone. We went in to visit the Mage's Lord because we thought he was a bit off, bit wrong in the head or something. And then got ushered through by his sort of pseudo flunkies to go into the basement and found our way down underneath. So I'm going to channel my roleplay, my 10 intelligence, and go, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, so
It's the cash.
So it's difficult because we got a tip off from Darrow that he was off, but none of us have really interacted with the Maze Lord. So we don't know what off looks like for him.
I mean, he
And
seems
then,
perfectly charming to me. I mean,
yeah,
he seems fine. He is fine.
he
While I
may
was
be a right git normally.
while I was lost in the catacombs, did you actually see him again? Because I've seen him a few times, but we met him that one time.
Yeah. Yeah, so we managed to get through the catacombs to him, had a
Right.
conversation, and apparently Darrow has been down there and apparently stole some stuff, which I doubt because Darrow's not someone who would do that, but also the Maze Lord's reputation doesn't strike me as someone who would accuse people of stealing from him if there was cause.
Darrow did say that he had been down there and was caught skulking around. He just didn't mention actually stealing anything.
Yeah, I believe we asked him if he stole anything, and he said no. And he seemed trustworthy to me on that note, at least. Like, why would he admit to being down there skulking around, but not admit to the theft?
I'm struggling to find what our motivation is. What are we doing?
We're trying to work out what the hell's going on here.
I am just following Elfia.
Because
It seems
one way
pretty
or
fair.
because the way I see it is that, so say Darrow is right and the
Yeah.
Maze Lord's off and there's something going on there. That needs to be fixed. On the other hand, if Darrow's full of it and the Maze Lord's right, there's some good money there.
And that
Especially
money
if
is
we
15 gold for Remy dead, 30 gold for Remy. Not Remy, sorry.
Remy.
For Darrow dead, 30
Pull a
gold
trap, Remy.
for Darrow alive, and 50 gold for Darrow alive with appropriately condemning or accurate information. And with that, you took that information to Darrow, which is
And
what
that
you
was
decided you
each.
wanted to do. And he sort of went, well, there is something dodgy going on. What's the play? And eventually it was agreed that perhaps bringing him down, be it Chewbacca in New Hope handcuffed or otherwise, and then seeing how it played out from there would definitely count as some level of completion of the task, I think. After that, I haven't been privy to any discussions you may or may not have had.
Okay. So we're
Yeah.
going to meet Darrow at the entrance to the Maze Lord's hangout, and then he's going to masquerade as we're going to take him in there, cash him in, and then bail him out, perhaps.
I believe the plan that we discussed with Darrow was to have him walk in uncuffed beside us.
Oh, we can
You
talk
know,
about that when we see him.
go for confident.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It was to clarify the matter one way or the other.
Okay.
I believe ultimately that the reason this was important was that the Maze Lord's change in behavior meant that the needy and the orphans in the city were not getting as much help as they would normally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go there then.
It's concerning that he's stopped helping, I guess, the poorer within the city, which was his normal behavior.
Right.
Yeah, and that hits pretty close to home because I don't want anyone else having to do what I've had to do in order to get by in that city. So
Yeah, and I feel like that's what at least my motivation came from. Was that it was to help people.
Yep, definitely. I'd forgotten about all those orphans.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, let's head off, shall we?
So
No,
forget the orphans.
Yeah.
Make a note. Tenare will remember this.
Feed the orphans. Damn it. You've got to do that once a day, don't
Yeah,
you?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, of course, you totally remember coming down and meeting Jackie Dust with us and everything, and having no conversation. You, of course, you remember all of that. You weren't absent at all.
Yeah. No, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll tootle on to catch up with Darrow outside Maze Lord Hut.
Okay, can you all see the Maze Lord's hut all right there?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and most importantly, we managed to get some tea with some very good medicinal properties, and I've taken notes about what herbs were used in it.
So there's honey's end, Carnor Leaf, and Seawitch Brew. You've got notes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see us both on one side of the wall, myself and Tanare, and because of the wall, the others are on the other side of it.
Speaking of tea, could Elfia have, while doing... Oh, no, she didn't do shopping for me because I didn't need components. Damn, I was going to be like, can we pick up a nice little travel tea set? I'm sure we've got one, right? Given how much we seem to have tea all the time.
Strangely enough, no. I think that's something we really need to do in game, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're gonna be doing that.
You know, next time we're in an area, I would like to go.
Pack it up, guys. The Maze Lord can wait. We got to go get ourselves a fancy teapot.
That's right. No, I don't want
Darrow's
to,
there outside
to...
the Maze Lord's hut going, but they said they would show up. Where could
Teapot's on tea set.
Yeah, a nice tea set. Teapot and... Yeah, but not while we're doing this, but next time we're doing shopping.
Yeah, get an enchanted with the same enchantment that's on Armor of Gleaming. That way it always stays clean.
Ooh.
Yeah, no need to clean it out properly.
But isn't that where tea gets its best flavour, from never cleaning the pot?
You know that 1 out of 3 teapots bought at any teapot establishment is definitely cursed, right?
No. Oh, 100%. That's the best part.
Remy says, I think tea tastes like the river. I like coffee. And that's why he's doing a one-man flash mob over here.
Yeah. That's because you're using river water, Remy.
That'll do it. Okay, so you talk about tea sets as you leave the Allways and you find yourself along the road. From the road, do you want to just give me a perception check?
Ooh, everyone?
Yes, to see if you can see Darrow.
Okay.
On the road again.
Oh dear.
Nice.
And it begins.
Wow.
Got
I got a 21.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some.
You know the Will Wheaton curse thing? Dice rolling?
Yeah.
We only need one person to see. For Moses, your job today.
So you're all looking around, and you're just getting to the stage where you're like, did he not show? When Formosus goes, oh, look, there he is. You couldn't see him because he was standing right in front of the door, facing that direction, just standing there. Right at the door, just standing there straight.
Not hiding at all.
And when you came, and so as you came around the corner for Moses, you're like, oh, there he is. Sort of expecting him to be by the road, and it's probably a few hundred yards across the grass to get into the sort of yarded area.
Is it a trap? What is he? Does he look stressed and anxious, or is he just
standing still?
Weird.
Darrow, over here. We've come to open a line of communication between you and your enemy.
Where are you saying that from? Where you are now?
Yeah.
Up until you're there, he just stands there. When you talk, Remy, he just turns his head and goes, you're here. Are we ready?
You look addled.
Probably not.
It's been a busy afternoon. I did some looking around, and it was just the usual group on lookout. There's an elf over by the water well. There's a few inside, but they won't get in our way.
I'll just peek around the corner.
Roll me a perception.
So while he's kind of talking and he's kind of got this very lazed back appearance, I'm just going to quickly click in his face and see if he reacts or if he's stupid or doesn't, just to gauge what he will do.
Remy, you see there's an elf skulking in the trees there, just walking around, sort of watching the well. Formosus, you click and hold on.
Natural 20.
Yeah, you see the elf there. They're running their little zone. You can sort of tell from your experience that they're watching that area. Darrow doesn't twitch like that, but he looks down as you click and sort of grins a little. So, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
hold up your pen. Polyurethis.
Hmm. You just seemed very relaxed for a man that could be going to his doom.
I could be going to my doom every night that I step into the ring. I've already been caught once.
A different kind of doom, though.
And what do you mean you were already caught once?
When I was skulking around, the reason that you came finding me.
Hmm.
It's lucky you're not all incredibly suspicious.
Hmm.
I take exception to that comment.
I will take a step back
I
and
resemble that remark.
wave for Elfir as if to be like, "Go, fearless leader.
Yeah.
Take
Yep.
responsibility."
Well, delegation of blame.
We going in?
Do I need to
Yeah,
let you through the
why
door?
not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock knock.
Okay, so in the room there are three people. There's the clerk behind the desk, just sort of sitting back, not really doing much, playing with a quill. Sort of sees you come in, nods, welcome back. There's someone standing in this bottom corner down here, and you notice that it's Clarence.
Clarence. Wasn't he the one that picked on the rabbit?
Yes, every time you've been in the work. Not really paying attention at first, but sees you and stands up, but it would be too obvious to leave the room, so they're just sort of standing there. And there's another bald humanoid on the couch, just sort of sleeping, or appears to be sleeping.
I'm going to be sneering
Yeah.
at
Daggers.
the bad man.
Tries not to catch your glance, but looks incredibly uncomfortable.
Good.
Good.
He knows what he did.
Yeah.
Probably still has something of a hangover, you would think, but it's hiding it reasonably well.
Is this potentially the guy who I ran on to his wife?
No, that's a different one.
No. Damn. Hell, I'll just say to the clerk, I'm guessing the same way in.
Once you learn it, you don't forget it.
Easy.
Don't let the door hit you.
And through.
Through you go. Oh, cool. Bloop,
Out of the way.
bloop, bloop, bloop. Another person just casually sitting on the seat in there sort of looks up, doesn't hear a shout, so doesn't say anything. If you go into the next room, into the room to go downstairs, there's somebody standing there looking casual, but you know that kind of casual where they're trying to look casual and they're anything but. And they see you and they're like, "Are you supposed to be in here?"
Would we be if we weren't?
Sort of looks a bit confused for a minute and goes, "Not quite what I was expecting to hear, but that's fair." And doesn't go to stop you at all.
Also waiting on that bloody passphrase. Fine.
He doesn't even bother though. He's just like, "Yeah, okay then."
Security around here is pretty lax, right?
So you make your way downstairs without much trouble.
Okay.
Word's probably gotten around that we're just like this weird ragtag group. So at this point, they just see this group and they go, "Ah, yes, the weirdos."
But don't like follow the like normal protocols and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it dark down here?
Now, I'm assuming we're not supposed to be seeing what I can see on the left-hand side of my screen, so I'm going to ignore that.
Yes, just pretend you don't see anything, but we still haven't sorted out. I haven't had time to sit down and relearn how to use all the stuff, and Anthony suggested it today, but we were already sort of running behind. So that's going to be a next time, hopefully, thing. So just pretend there's a fog of war. It is still dark, same darkness as it was last time. A dim light you'll be able to see. So even without dark vision, you would be able to see a little bit.
Yep, and for the sake of it just being easier, because I know we're coming anyway, I'm just going to cast light on my fingertips.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
hang
not
back
trying to
a little
sneak.
and follow using stealth.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you are trying to sneak, but I wasn't.
That's okay. I'm happy for you guys to make as much noise as you want.
Yeah, always good to have someone in stealth just in case. Have a little surprise up your sleeve.
Okay. Roll me
This
a
is the
stealth.
door that had the passcode, right?
Roll me a
Yeah.
stealth check. No, it was the next one.
Oh,
Oh no, it was this one. Sorry, you're right. Stealth check first for me, Remy.
Yep. Is it with advantage in dim light?
Sure.
Oh. Ah, just to take the first two, I've gone berserk on clicky
Oh,
business.
okay. Well, the first one was a natural 20, so
No, that was perception. It was a 12 and an 18.
well,
okay. So
But
yeah, you feel that you're pretty well hidden
Yeah.
from anything that's in that corridor. Although you suspect there's probably not a lot else in that corridor.
Oh, this is just, I'm going to, as we travel, I'm going to continue to sneak just out the limit of the light or in the shadows of whatever I can get.
Too easy.
Okay.
All right. Can you walk through that door by yourselves?
Yep, just a passphrase before we go through. I come following the thread.
yeah.
And you
Do you think the
see
door's supposed to answer?
the door's closed, and just appearing up on the door in a light scratch, and only staying for a few seconds. It's just like someone scratched it with a stone. It reads, "Do you follow it to the bottom?" And then
I'll walk through.
then the question mark remains. The door's still closed.
Yes.
I think you're meant to say yes.
We were never actually given an answer to
Yeah.
that.
I would say it's yes.
Sure, whatever, open up.
And the door just cracks. And by the time you've touched the door, if you do, the everything's disappeared. It's just a normal door again.
I am so glad that this magic has not been programmed to be very specific.
We'll find out if it was. Like, we weren't
Shut
given an
before
answer
Remy
to
gets through.
that.
Yeah.
We had one guy say yes, we had one guy say that he was done following threads.
I feel like he was quite disgruntled though, so maybe he just, I don't know, got cut in on a bad deal or something. You know how these things are.
Yeah.
Are you moving on, Tanare?
Yes. Yep. Hang on.
Cool.
Yeah. Where's my thing? Oh, there. Okay. I just lost us for a second. Cool.
The same two are there as you walk through. They sort of narrow the eyes for a second, and then you can see them relax when they see that it's you. You're like, back.
We went through this yesterday.
And yeah, no questioning. They don't move from their post this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's their reaction when they see Darrow walk in?
You notice that Darrow's not there.
Yeah, where is Dara? Sigh.
Just a second. I'm gonna go back looking for him.
Did Remy notice him because he was like hanging back and in stealth, right?
But
Might have
he
seen him.
moved forward before Darrow moved.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
So, Elfie,
I'm
you're going back for a look?
Yeah, I'll just
I'm
go
gonna
to
accompany
Yeah.
her.
I'll just go to keep eyes on both groups.
Okay.
I'm just gonna lean on this wall and try and make really like awkward small talk with the two guys.
Just like pull out a
So,
lute and start
How's
to
your
sing.
day going? How's the wife? How are the kids? Are you getting paid well? What have you got for lunch?
Well, annoying, well enough for guard. Food's pretty good. They bring it in from the Always some days.
Very nice. Very
Just sort of
nice.
lists the answers the way you ask them.
Yeah.
And while that conversation's going on, you get back to the door, Althea, and Darrow's still standing at the door. He's looking up and he's like, am I coming now?
Yeah.
And so he follows. Sort of waits at the doorway because you're in it and sort of follows along.
Yeah. No, I head back then.
And now I keep an eye on the guards' reactions when they see Darrow arrive.
Roll a perception check for me.
Would this be perception or insight? I mean, both are... Actually, no, one of them's definitely better for me.
Perception to see if you can see the instant reaction, or insight if you want to sort of look a bit deeper.
I'll go for insight.
You come around and you can just hear me go, no, I feel like camembert must be my favorite kind of cheese, just because it's got that really, like, creamy texture to it that I enjoy. But I see what you mean. Sometimes a simple cheddar is the way. And then you come
As he says cheddar, Darrow comes around the corner. And
God.
with your 18 there, Althea, you see the guard that Formosus is talking to sort of narrow his eyes a bit and then just go, huh. Look, cheddar's basic, but I always prefer it.
That is totally fair.
And no other reaction from that guard.
Basically just not expecting to see Darrow down here.
It's either that or not expecting to hear
Formosus's
reflection on cheddar.
There.
But it wasn't a like, what?
And it wasn't like, guards, get
No.
your swords.
Exactly.
Yeah, they may just not recognize him though. I mean, he might. I guess they probably would if he's kind of like a quasi celebrity fighter for the group.
Yeah.
Most people probably would recognize him.
Yeah,
But
that works.
Not much else there at that stage.
He probably just thinks, oh, good, another weirdo.
Yeah, another one. We collect them.
And then the main one that was
Like
talking to
Pokemon.
you, Formosus, sort of goes, so, did you come here to check on us, or you got stuff to do?
Oh, no, I'm just waiting for these. Are you all ready to go?
Yeah.
Well, this was very fun. I'll make sure to come and check on you on my way out, hey? And I'll flick him a wink and off we go.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm
everybody
gonna
like,
hang back and wait for Darrow to go forward before I.
Darrow looks at you, goes, I can take the back. I'm just in case something comes.
Oh, but I mean we're fairly safe here. Yeah,
Sort of looks at you.
we are expected.
Okay.
Please.
And then we keep moving up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That guy's not there. But literally, that guy's not there at the moment.
I almost go to instinctively knock on this door, then remember, oh, no, wait, it's the other one, before turning and going.
That door is actually ajar this time.
Oh, okay.
Who pulled off the door into a jar?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Curious.
Why is there a jar?
I just close it. Like, I go to reach, and I'm like, do I push? I'm like, no. I gotta behave. I'll close the door and then walk upwards.
Okay. Okay, as you walk up, as Darrow walks up through here, Tanare, the rest of them have gone through, and he goes to walk down. You hear down the hallway, and you both look back,
Yeah.
and the two the two mages that were in the hallway last time are standing there. Darrow, says the elder. I wonder if we might have a minute.
Oh,
And stepping
we
out
are
from behind
expected.
them, the three that were sitting. I think it was a cleric, a bard, and a fighter who was sitting at the entrance the other day. I believe there are some members who have business they wish to deal with before you step in. You two have already gone on.
The Maze Lord does expect
Yeah,
us.
that's fair.
And the elder one looks at you and says, "This is not of your business. You see the Maze Lord. Darrow will be with you soon." A little bit more cutting and direct.
No, no. The Maze Lord specifically requested that we bring Darrow. There was
I
no point in
answer
going to the
directly,
Maze
speak
Lord.
straight over you. I answer directly to the Maze Lord, young girl.
See, but I don't answer to anybody. So
And he takes a few steps forward and then says, "Are we going to have a problem?"
why
At
would there
this
be
stage,
any
I
problem?
call. At this stage, I'm calling back up, wondering where the hell everyone is. Just, hey,
At
what's taking you
about
two
that
so long?
stage, the
I'm
Maze
not
Lord...
gonna. I'm gonna put myself like where I am in the thing. Like I will be physically between them and Darrow as well, and
For
kind of just
Moses,
like gently bracing like my hand on either his shoulder or his chest, depending on where he is, and just trying to like prevent him from moving freely to them.
at that stage, for Moses, Althea, and Remy, you see the Maze Lord step around the corner where he is now. Hey, Helena, 95, and your party, welcome. We're just about to have some action by the sound of it, so you have timed things particularly well. It's fantastic to have
gang.
you with us. Now, what's going on is that our party is about to go and see the Maze Lord. They're trying to do so with the individual that the Maze Lord has asked that they bring, alive or dead, preferably alive and preferably with some information. But just at the entrance, Tanare and Darrow have been waylaid with question as the Maze Lord comes around the other corridor. So the Maze Lord sort of looks down and goes, "The singing one, welcome back." And meanwhile, Tanare, you put your hand on Darrow and go, "Look, we're not here." Darrow goes, "No, no, no, it's fine. It's a fighting thing. This will only be a minute." And
but
he
no,
goes to walk around you.
this is not necessary. I will try to. I mean, I'm not physically probably big enough or strong enough. He's a giant fighter, but I will still try to continue to place myself in front of him, well, between him and them, just as
of
much as possible.
Awkwardly moves across and then looks
Yeah,
at you and goes,
very awkward.
looks
I'm not going to stop.
looks over your shoulder, Tanare, and the older man says, "Young lady, are we going to have a problem?"
I have no problem. All I'm trying to do is go to a meeting. I don't see that it's a problem. We're just walking by.
We'll go to your meeting then.
It is not my meeting, it is our meeting. I must insist, if there is a problem, it is...
I will be the
your
one
problem.
who does the insisting in here, young lady. This is not your home, but my home.
Indeed, it is not. And your hospitality is slightly lacking, I must admit.
You are here to do a job for my master, who has given instructions. Turn and walk, or we will take this another way.
At this point, I'm walking in, wondering where everyone is.
Althea, did you walk away from a direct comment from the Maze Lord?
That comment wasn't at me, it was at Formosus.
Hold on. If you tried to walk away out of the door from where he saw you, he would have held you up and said something.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
So if you get to the door, he's like, Eltine, wasn't it?
Althea,
Oh, sorry. Come in. Where's your young dark lady?
yeah, that's what I'm checking on. They were right behind us.
Her and Darrow.
Um.
Darrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
you
got him.
asked us to bring him here.
Well, I'll come. And so if you make to move, the maze makes to follow you.
Oh, okay. So they come down.
Yeah. What's going on? And the elder one goes, and there's sort of like a sigh. Rakon, I did as you asked. I asked Darrow to wait here, but this one seemed to insist otherwise. And the Maze
You
Lord sort of
charged us with
the
with
Maze Lord looks straight over you and goes, "Well, do it now then." And the older one points at Darrow and says in a commanding voice, "Sleep!" And Darrow
man.
collapses.
Yeah, I was just.
Cool.
This is okay. Not.
Okay, would someone mind explaining what the hell's going on?
Sure. Let's go somewhere more comfortable, says the Maze Lord fairly matter-of-factly, and he
He
turns
was
on his heels
crying.
and goes to
I'm
walk back in.
happy to have the conversation here.
He starts
I
walking. He starts. Are you there, Formosus?
I
Yeah.
refuse
I'd be
to
like
go.
leaning against this door, like arms folded, eyebrow cocked, like
Cool. He goes to walk around you.
Yeah, is Darrow being taken with us? Because I won't leave his
I'm picking him up.
unconscious body. Yeah.
If you go to touch Darrow Althea, what do I think? It's 5 or 6 people in here will draw their swords.
I'm going to say, Tanare, they just put him to sleep. I don't think that they're going to, but they mean him direct harm right now. And I'm eyeing off these warriors here.
And the elder guy sort of chimes in on that and goes, "Didn't you say you had a meeting, Medea?" And again, the edge of calm is not there. You can see that the Maze Lord is giving the orders here.
I feel like you're not very good at listening.
Not my job.
No, evidently.
And he turns around to the others and says, "Bring the sleeping giant." And he just strides past you.
Past me.
Yep. Through there.
The guy that's the leader.
Yeah, the elder guy.
And the others are clearly referring to him as a lead
Yeah, the one next to him sort of, with the two of you there, sort of stands and sort of tries to go past. He's like, do you mind if...
And okay, well, as he's walking past, can I cast command on him?
Yeah, go ahead. Which one? The leader or the little guy?
Not the guy that was giving me attitude.
Okay, as he tries to work past, you may attempt to cast
So
command.
so the Maze Lord leaves, this guy goes past and commands them to like pick up this guy, but they seem to be like less strongly willed.
The Maze Lord just walks off. The elder guy that was talking to you commands the others and then tries to walk through. He doesn't pause. He will walk between you and Althea, and if you get in the way, he'll just barge you through.
So as he's coming toward us to do this,
yes,
the Maze Lord is waiting for, preferably if the timing of it works out, waiting for the Maze Lord to have kind of walked away because he's arrogant, doesn't care, and walks away and presumes that he's So like basically as he's coming toward us, I'd like to cast command.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is I think I may have already. Oh yeah, because he has to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Where are we? There we go. Uh, 22.
Ow.
I'm his strong-willed. Well, that doesn't work. So I assume he just kind of shoulders me and walks us
Sort
through.
of shoulders through and then pauses and looks back and gives you the dirtiest look that you've ever seen from an aging mage, and then continues to walk on.
They're good at those.
I
He
just
was the one
smile
that
and give him a
cast
little
the,
wave.
sleep. I thought it was his minion that cast sleep.
Nope, it was
My
him.
bad. I should have realized then. Yeah, I thought it was his minion.
Looks like Darrow's being lugged along with us anyway. Let's follow him to the Mage Lord.
This whole situation stinks.
Nobody else picks them up.
Yeah,
Alright. I'll pick him up.
If you touch them, they'll draw their swords and make to
Oh.
attack. So every time you go near, like, that's our job. And the younger one next to it goes, make your appointment with the Maze Lord. No harm is going to come to Darrow. Let's say he's on trial for sneaking around. He'll be put in a room and kept under watch. You have my
do I
word.
believe you? Or does he believe?
Roll
What he's saying?
a perception check inside if you want to try and get both, but it'll be a higher DC.
I want to try the insight because I want to know whether he genuinely believes that or not.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
Hard to tell whether he genuinely believes it, but he seems sincere in his thought or in what he's saying to you that Darrow's not going to be is not in immediate danger.
Okay.
Where's Gerald gone?
What do you guys think?
I think we should go to the Maze Lord.
I think it's no wonder they're having to look for new staff.
The Maze Lord's got the problem. We want to go and do insight this guy and see what's going on.
Just don't like leaving the vulnerable unattended in such a way.
I don't know if he's the villain or not here. Which one's which?
I'm sure
I know,
Darrow
but
will be fine.
You
hear
whether the villain or not, he is vulnerable at this point.
Formosus, you hear faintly through the door, tea's getting cold.
Contanari. This isn't a fight we can win, and we need to know if it's one that we want to have or not first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is your domain far more than mine. I will trust you on this, Alfie, and I will follow. But kind of looking back as well.
Okay.
I'm going to just whisper to him, Darrow, we're never going to give you up. We're never going to let you down. I'll stop there. But we're never
Now
going
let's
to
run around, but try not to desert him.
Okay, so they do. If you start walking as you're going around the corner to Nara, you see they start to pick him up.
Well, yeah, I hesitate, but I guess I kind of linger just to see that.
Yeah.
You know, that they're not like just immediately stabbing him or something.
But it wouldn't be till you're about there that they would do it. So you'd see them as you go around the corner.
Sure. Okay, then. I guess I have to trust.
Be fine. You all need to stop worrying.
Sleep well, Darrow. Dream of CrossFit.
So unfamiliar with this kind of situation. It's difficult to know what to trust and what not to.
Oh,
Um,
I'm waiting for you to catch up.
yeah, okay. So where they're all around the corner.
Yeah.
I'll come and just like, I don't know, find a teacup and nurse it a little bit. Oh wait, that's in the room. We're not in there yet.
No, yeah. Once you come in the room, Maze Lord's standing over here, and there's tea on the table set. And he sort of puts his arm and goes, "Well, you know the deal by now. Take a seat."
Yeah, I'm gonna need a play-by-play on this one.
He sort of claps his hands and goes, "Red, bring the people their pay." And a few moments later, Ren walks in. Not someone you've seen before. It wasn't the person who oversaw your dice the other day. He looks in and says, and produces 4 pouches and gives one to each of you.
Like, heft it? Does it chink?
He holds it out to you, Formosus.
I take the bag.
He grins, and it feels heavy, yes.
Does it chink?
It chinks.
Yep. I'm gonna grab mine, and right now, because they just cast sleep on someone who I sort of trust, I'm not worried about being rude or anything, so I'm just gonna start counting it out on the table.
I don't accept mine yet.
Okay, so it looks like 30 gold pieces in there. If you don't take it, Ren sort of puts it down in front of you. And Remy, you're taking yours?
Yeah, I'll hold Tanare's for her.
Yeah, job done.
Make you some necklaces, Tanare.
Easy money. Right on.
What will happen to Darrow?
What was that,
Yeah,
sorry?
that's what I'm on.
What will happen to Darrow?
Gorold will take him up and into the rooms, and he'll be watched and cared for. And then at the conclusion of our business, the decision will be made then. The methods, they'll
Methods of questioning.
carry him and they'll put him on a bed. Imagine they'll probably play some 3-coin.
That's
And that could have been done without
previously.
magic?
It would have
Well-
been done without magic had you just done what you were asked to do.
Well, I
We
feel like
did. We brought him down here alive.
What you have to understand is if you are going to be a part of this organization or work for it, there is a system and an organization, and that is this. I give the orders and pay the wages. You do the work. The work I set.
We did follow the orders. We did carry out your orders. We brought him down here alive.
True
That
enough.
is what you said.
True enough, and the fact that it was my associate Gorold who asked to see him is the only reason that this is not a hostile meeting.
and had he been
Ren sort of walked away by this stage.
dishonest, had he been dishonest, your man back there, and just bore some kind of personal grudge to Darrow, was it not our responsibility to actually bring the man to you rather than allowing someone to confront him? For all we know, it could have been a personal vendetta, it could have been anything. We were told by you to bring him to you.
Young Tanare, I understand my mistake. You are not familiar with the way of the hidden room.
Certainly not.
Anything that happens within these walls is done only with the blessing of me.
Apart from Darrow, apparently.
Yeah.
Hence my interest in finding him.
Yeah, so
not
that
even-
rule
His safety.
So that rule can't exactly be expected to be airtight for us if we're doing a job and following your orders based on that rule not being followed.
Tanare, from what they're saying, is that insight that you just rolled? Or was that from before? That was from before, never mind.
That was from before.
Yeah.
I want to be sizing him up over this time because I'm just looking for
Yeah.
what's up with the Maze Lord.
Doesn't seem to all add up properly. Well, I guess you kind of knew his body language from before too, so you could be.
Roll me a perception there, Remy.
Would it... Yep, sure. Natural 20, I believe.
He's a bit edgy, but you can see he's rapidly losing patience. He's getting frustrated with the arguments,
We
and,
have that effect on people.
and a bit twitchy.
Okay. Well, I'll just sort of jump in for a moment and say, Yeah, we found Darrow and brought him in here, but we just didn't trust the guy outside was acting on your orders or your interests. So we were bringing him to you and refused to give him up to anybody else.
Fair
It's
enough.
it's just a miscommunication.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
nothing is more thorough.
And when he was, and it was found not to be a miscommunication, why is there still a problem? There appears to be a problem.
There's no problem with me, I can assure you.
That'd be because, well, I can't speak for my friends here, but frankly, I don't trust this. You yourself said that things don't happen down here without you knowing, without you saying so. So why did this job even exist?
Well, that brings us to the next portion of your deal. Did you find any further information? Absolutely caustic now. No hint. Like he goes to grin when Formosus goes, "Oh, we don't have a problem," and then you cut across him, and you just see the smile, like the hint of a smile that was just coming there, disappear entirely, and his eyes narrow. He stands up to his full height, and you notice Remy. A hand goes down to his belt.
Oh, information. Well, there's signs that people who would normally be looked after by you aren't being looked after by you. There's signs that your rules down here aren't being properly upheld. So, I'm wondering what's wrong.
Through gritted teeth, the Maze Lord looks at you, Elfia, and then each of the rest of you and says, clearly, it was a mistake to engage your services. Please leave. And he points at the door. We are done
I'm
here.
giving you an answer to a question you asked.
You are disguising poorly your arrogance. Leave now.
I didn't think I was disguising anything.
It's not very good at disguising, believe me.
He steps back and waits. Do you go to leave?
I'm going to stand up.
I'm sort of because I like tucked myself in this wall because I didn't want to have people come out behind me. I will follow the lead now of I kind of feel like I overstepped a little in terms of not to the Maze Lord, but to Althea and her world and Remy and his world. And when Remy spoke up, I think maybe like I sort of went, oh, right, yeah, I don't actually know this world. So perhaps I will take a step back. So I'll follow what those two do.
Okay.
Moses is just drinking his tea, just minding his
cool
own
as
business.
cucumber.
Yep, just like
What tea are you drinking?
whatever he had offered. Yeah.
You have visions.
It was Honey's End. You all had Honey's End, but did everyone drink the tea?
Oh yeah, I've been drinking it.
Yeah.
Seeing as you've learned a bit about it, Althea, roll me some sort of perception-y taste test on the tea. At first, it tastes like Honey's End, but as you're sipping it, there's more bitterness on the palate, and you get the impression, Althea, that it might have been cut a little bit with a little bit of Carnor leaf, and it's sort of a blend.
Does Remy not drink it because he wants coffee instead?
Just double checking what
Yeah, I was gonna
those
say.
do.
That hag lady stuff in the back of the wagon, and I'm done with it.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, you don't. Yeah.
The Carnor essentially takes the edge off the sweetness of the Honey's End, and they work really well together, so it sort of soothes it out, so it's not too bitter and it's not too sweet. It's really
So it's not poison.
No, it's definitely not poison.
I saw all of our faces continue like at the same time as you're describing that. Like, we've been bloody poisoned.
This needs a dash of classy bourbon.
As does everything.
Yeah.
Look,
Classy
I'll
bourbon.
leave, but
Let's go. Come on. We're loose. We're our own.
just remember that if I've noticed this, others will notice it. And, well, that sounds like a problem for whoever's in this organization. Which apparently we're not. So,
No
have fun with
response
that.
Let's go.
whatsoever.
Let's go.
As we're walking out, do we see any of those guys that were? I know we're not maybe there yet, but as we're going past that room where Dara was unconscious, are any of those guys still kind of lingering in that area?
Which way do you go out? Just wander that way out for me.
Okay. Well, I'll follow the others, so it depends, I guess, where they.
So, Remy, if you go through that top one, you notice as you walk out, there are two individuals standing in the corridor, just standing there watching the door now that weren't, well, you didn't see on the way. One facing this way. And when you come out, they both turn and face you this way. Don't say anything, they just turn and stand and face you this way.
Okay. I'll ignore them and keep moving on.
As you come around the corner, there's somebody here
I think I'll go out this
who
way.
stands forward.
Hello, Hammer Dude.
He just stares you down. Like there's just a hint of a nod, but just nothing friendly.
Oh yes. You're looking very grim.
No response.
So I'm going to pour myself a little bit more tea and kind of rise and sip. I am so sorry. It was a pleasure doing business with you. I hope that we did not antagonize you too much. You know what the more martial elements are like these days. They're not all there. It has been a pleasure. And I just sip. And I'm going to try and keep the tea and just kind of in the cup as I leave. And
his head sort of bows imperceptibly, like just perceptively, and he says, "Under different circumstances, perhaps."
I mean, yes, if you ever need me to play a gig, you know how to get hold of me. I would be an honor. Foremost is Lucille, and bye-bye.
All right. Althea, when you walk out, you notice there are two people, one on either side of the door here, standing there, obviously at guard. One of them was one of the people who was lifting Dara.
That was on the other side. So
on the opposite side to you guys, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'll just as
Yeah, so when I came out there.
Yeah, they're just standing there. Guard, like almost like fairly obviously guarding that door.
Well, have fun with that.
Have fun with that, did you say? And just like an arrogant, like crossed arm grin, like one of them has the warhammer in their hand, upside down. It's just as like absolutely not intimidated.
Well, he's not. He's got 20 mates.
Yeah, exactly. Like they are very, very comfortable that this is their turf.
I can punch people with death.
I'm making sure to give everyone smiles and nods and toasting with my teacup as I am leaving.
Taking the teacup?
I'm taking the teacup. It's still got tea in it.
Is this elf archer just as grim as the other person?
Less grim, but still just standing there, like at ready. Like a little bit twitchy, but not actually reaching for the bow quite yet. But you can see definitely on edge, ready to pounce.
I'm going to say to them, inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're going to play it.
Leans in really quietly, sneers and says, "Choose your side carefully."
Do we recognize this one?
Sorry?
Was he one of the ones? Do we recognize this guy? Is he one of the ones that was down
No, she's
down in here?
sort of no, not one of those. She's looks like a hunter, and appears to have come out of the room that she's standing in front of. Same with the sort of subtle surreptitious one up here.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to, well, presumably the standard way out from here would be the well.
Yeah. So on the way out, I
So-
just want to keep an eye out for one of those guys that was in here.
Just aching for some retribution.
I just want to talk to one of them if I can.
Uh-huh.
I'm just still sipping my tea, minding my own damn business.
Yep, keeping the cup.
Does Mimosas go down this way? Like,
Where is the well?
There was
he's got
also
nothing to lose.
there was also another magey type standing in this bottom right corner as you walked out, Elfir, and everybody who goes the other way you see as well. It is the mage that tested the coins for you. Again, just standing there passively. A hint of a grin.
Has this door here been opened? The one that I closed?
Nope, still closed.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's what I was doing. I was just checking passive perceptions.
14.
Passive perceptions.
Yeah, I'm just looking at them here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine's 13.
I'm very worried.
Hold on me for a second. So I'm presuming we just make our way out.
As you're walking, once you just walk past Keith, the one with the bow there, you hear, Remy, what you think is a sort of a bump, or a few bumps, like a over, just sort of as you're walking along here, you hear it over in this direction.
Oh dear.
Not super loud. The others don't quite notice it, unless you turn quickly, and that'll sort of draw attention to the fact that something's going on.
So if I just dial it back, I'm about here somewhere
Yeah.
in the middle of the passage.
Yeah,
I can
and so
hear
Elfir would be probably have just come a little bit in front of you, and the rest would probably be with you at that stage.
Yeah, it would have been about.
Yeah, sort of that.
Formosus. Bumps and thumps. What do you make of it? Just a low voice gesturing down towards this door.
Towards where?
This door down here where I'm pinging.
So Alma there is just standing there. You sort of notice a little bit of a turn of the head when you hear the noise, Remy, and Formosus, you sort of look over and you can see them look back and just like a little tiny twist of the head.
I just toast him with the teacup?
He puts one hand up to his nose.
I don't know, things go bump all the time. I mean, lots of things go bump.
Things do.
The Maze Lord could be having a tizzy. Someone could be fighting. Someone could be effing. Who knows what they could be doing?
Someone just lost it, Twister. That's what it will be.
Exactly right. I mean, if you want to go over there, do you want me to go over in there and ask him?
I don't think that's the best idea right now.
Yeah.
Probably not. You guys seem to have pissed off everybody in this building somehow, which is so great because it's not me for once. So
There's a lock on the door, though, for Moses. It could be where Darrow's held.
I mean, do we need
I'm
that?
keeping a note of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we want him back? I mean,
I don't know.
That is a problem to discuss when we're no longer here.
I mean, we just go get him now.
All right. Elfir looks very stern. Let's follow Elfir.
Okay.
Out of character, I'm 100% planning a heist right now.
I'm not that interested in coming back. They're all a pack of assholes here. Anyway, we can talk later. Hello,
I do
Mr.
not think they are bad people. Are they stupid? I mean, they're a little bit on the slow side. No offense, friends, as I come around the corner. But you know what these types are like. They're just, They are just simple folk.
Okay.
Instead of stealthing here, I'm just going to move ahead and then pause until I see people catch up and then keep on going.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to finish my tea and then clip the teacup to my belt.
It's pretty basic, sort of a white stone, a little lip on the bottom. You left the saucer behind.
I did.
And just a little tiny sort of blue line just above the top on the outside.
Ooh. Nice. Is this going to be the start of a weird teacup collection? I think so.
Yes. You do have a notes section and an
uh,
equipment
uh-huh.
section.
Okay, Tanara, you said you wanted to speak to one of the others as you walk past.
Yeah, yep. Just not like aggressively or anything, but if uh whoever's the closest one or the one that I don't want to go into the room, but if they're there, I'll approach them.
Yeah, there's one
But
there
very,
and one there.
I'll I want to pull out my just like while we were walking, just try to like pull out and start fidgeting with my prayer wheel.
Uh-huh.
I imagine it like almost like a ring that I just kind of spin stuff on, and it's not but just kind of like fidgeting with it, not displaying it or looking like I'm praying.
Yeah.
Um, but just kind of enough to draw attention to it.
A fidget spinner. If you got a holy
And
fidget.
yeah. Just in this kind of playing with, in the same way that like you might get like a rogue type flicking a coin between their fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that sort of thing, just fidgeting a little with it. And also showing my hands are empty of weapons, kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I will just approach and say, very calmly, please, look after our friend Darrow to the best of your ability. And just with this like straight look, dead in the eyes. And
The closer one sort of looks at you for a second and then looks down and sort of looks across at the other one. And this other one, who's slightly older but still quite young, goes, "We will, milady." Looks at the other one. Good luck.
thank you.
And you notice a couple of sort of furtive glances between them during the interaction.
And yeah, I'll just Ashir will look kindly upon you and walk away.
And sort of the younger one that spoke sort of bows his head.
I'm not sure if that counts as a blessing or a threat.
Oh, exactly. That's my point.
Why not to both?
Las dos.
Okay, so if you move off, alrighty.
Nobody wants to
I've-
die in the bad books of the death god.
Yeah. I've been making notes. So, correct me if I'm wrong, or make me do a perception check if I'm wrong, but people who Althea has seen with my pass through here, 11 total, including the Maze Lord. Two of them are mages, one of them's an archer, the others are heavies.
Let's have a look. Roll me perception.
Oh,
No idea. Lost
You said you said
ran out
11.
of fingers.
You said 11. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems right.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm probably wrong.
2 hands. 2 hands worth.
That's it. Okay, so
And I'm gonna be assuming anyway that there's others that I didn't see, but they are the major players that seem to be there for enforcement and threat.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we get back to this main square chamber,
yep,
there's no one around here.
yep. Nobody.
I'll rather than continuing on, I'll turn to the others and say, well, if we want to bust this guy out or just go in sword swinging, now would be the time to do it. We don't want to have to bust in and get to this point. We would just turn around right now while they think we've gone and make our way back.
The problem is, though, my friend, there is not many ways of coming in and out of this place. So they're all still going to be there.
Yeah, but where
Well,
it at least makes a T. Sorry, you go for it, Tanair.
oh, I was just thinking that perhaps we've already seen that there are some who at least hesitate with the ruthlessness that is presented by the leaders in this group, and some that are questioning decisions, and there are lots of new people who I feel perhaps are only in this situation as they feel like there's no other option for them in life. And I wonder if perhaps a better avenue would be um, to from the outside start to draw people away from the Maze Lord, those who are questioning him. Perhaps some kind of just I guess those who feel like there's no other place, they might be easily drawn away, and he would lose much of his power that way. I know that doesn't save Darrow right now, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure that
that
we
is
can
actually a good
either.
idea. What allies do we have in the city that may actually be able to help out with this?
I mean,
So
I defer to you both. This is not at all my field of expertise, but I do know people, and I do know desperate people. That's something
that
I
always helps.
have
And
been
I can
familiar
always
with.
to Jackie Stone, see if she knows anyone who'd be willing to help break Dara out. I mean, he's an arsehole, but he does look out for people.
And it didn't seem like those men back there were very keen to do harm. I mean, the mage definitely was arrogant. The maze lord is a strange one, but most people are just people, and I feel like they were not willing to do unjust harm.
Yeah. Okay, question to GM.
Yes.
Do I know of any friends or allies that Darrow may have in the city?
Oh yeah, I mean, in the fighting ring, maybe he had other.
Yeah,
Um,
there are a few fighters that he was friendly with, but you don't know the level. Much as you weren't sure how he was going to act. There's not a lot of during fight interaction. Anything that does happen there would happen. Like you have a few fighters that you're on
yeah,
friendly terms with. You have a
like this
go-to if there's a
mutual
double
respect
team,
sort of thing.
and you could probably pick one or two of those. But nobody with the surety you could say would come to his aid.
Did
Yeah,
he have a fan base?
and yeah, and more to the point, is there anyone who I know would take exception to one of the fighters being disappeared?
Plenty, but none of them without so much of a gambling problem that they'd find someone else to support.
That's fair.
You're a fighter. Like they're either going to be rich people who are like, well, it's a fighter, it's your problem, or poor people who are like, what could I possibly do? I'm a bartender. I clean people's washing for a living.
Yeah, and we don't exactly get sponsors.
This is true,
I think try and
Well,
make.
I guess the Maze Lord is his sponsor, right? Or was.
essentially.
Mm.
And
I think
it's
that,
at that moment, Elfia, that it strikes you that your next fight, if there is one, is probably not going to be as pleasant.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm expecting there to be one. I'm expecting there to be not so much a cleric on the sidelines, but someone with but someone with a half-stocked medicine kit.
Yes, if at all. If you get that far, you're starting to think that the stories of poison blades dropped into the ring aren't quite so false.
Yeah,
What about trying to turn the ones, or at least convince them to remain neutral? The ones in the grey area that we walk through, they'll be the ones at our back if we were to go through that door where the two gold guards and the red mage were.
You mean for now
Yeah.
with trying to
another
rescue Darrow?
possibility.
It might
Another
be too much of a
possibility.
stronghold for such a forward approach.
Well, I might not do the talking. Whoever's good at convincing people of things.
Everyone stares at Formostus.
Yeah, I look at Famosa.
I'm just looking at my teacup.
You're like, hey, what?
Yeah.
Wasn't listening.
We need a.
I have another idea.
Yeah.
What if we camp out here? Just
Here?
in the corners, and wait for people to come through the door.
To what end?
Thin the ranks.
Oh. That's quite different to what I expected.
I did not realize that we are turning into guerrilla fighters. Why don't we just come back tonight? We just make a ruckus out in the tavern, bring everyone up there, and then some of our most sneakier elements come down here and grab Darrow.
I feel there's
Divide
enough
work
tension
and
around
prosper.
to
It worked for the bank job. Sort of.
Is
Yes.
it though?
What, bank job?
I didn't get any money out of that.
Yeah,
Nobody
neither
got money out
actually.
of that. Oh, yeah.
Give it a day, possibly a week. Plan and prepare. Put some of the Maze Lord's hard-earned gold to good use.
Remy, you notice first with the higher passive perception. You stand there and you talk for a while, and then all of a sudden 2 people appear in the corridor. Not hiding, walking towards... excuse me. We've received word that you have been asked to leave. Would you mind doing that?
Sure.
And they sort of step aside and give you room to walk between them if you want to go.
We're also friends with the dragon. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we could. Oh, I wonder if there's a way for that booze elemental to come back.
Oh, I was
Maybe
more
we can
thinking
kite it right
Formosus
in there.
goes up to the tavern with the beer dragon and it's just like, party! And then everyone will just lose their minds like a college frat party. Perfect
Not sure
cover.
whether that's exactly what would happen there. I'd have to think about that.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
I mean, it's
There's
a very
possibly a
D&D
few
plan.
ways that could go wrong.
Oh, there's lots of ways it could
Oh,
go.
actually-
I want it to go
Simulate
wrong.
Let
all
me
of
put
this
that
could go
another
wrong.
way. There's only a very, very few ways that couldn't go wrong.
I believe the appropriate phrase is, "Are you sure?"
Yeah. I think
What
it's
are these-
roll an intelligence saving throw.
One's an elven archer. And one's a-
One you notice, Remy, as the one who was out by the the downwater thing, the well, when you got in there.
down water holy thing, yeah.
The downwater holy thing. I think that's the official term for it. And the other was one that you saw sitting in the room upstairs.
Okay, which one looks like more of an asshole?
Both aloof, but neutral.
Okay, which one looks more like an idiot?
Roll a perception check.
Which one smells stupid?
The elf smells leafy but really nice. The other one with the daggers smells sort of like you know when bread is freshly cooked and it sort of goes down, like it becomes less and less beautiful in the room over about 2 hours. It's got about 25 minutes left.
Okay, I smell failed yeast, and I'm going to barge through both of them and pick the idiot's pocket.
All right, roll a sleight of hand.
Oh no!
Nice.
You go to grab it in the pocket, and you didn't notice they're wearing that they don't have any pockets. There's a stitched sort of edge of a pocket, and you go to go in there, they just sort of look down at you.
As a very firm gluteus maximus, I see you are in the Church of CrossFit.
And then just a bit
I
of a
hate false
really?
pockets.
no comment, just a really, and then they literally pull about an inch behind the pocket and go, "Pocket's here," and then put their arm down on it, and they stand there against the edge and wait until all of you pass.
Damn it! I wanted some gold. All right, I didn't care how
You
much.
have mine, right?
No, yeah, I do, but I don't care much. I just wanted his purse. Okay.
And then they actually follow you back, and both are standing here as you go up.
Yep.
Okay.
But only
You have a veil.
no, that's just the token. But
Do you have a horrific accident?
it's actually the hair is down and sort of in front, so rather than a veil, and they just sort of pull it to the side behind the ears. Go.
No. You
Just
should brush more regularly.
just prefer to stay out of obvious sight. Sort of nods at you and then removes the hair and puts it back over in front. And you
Okay.
realise that they're much harder to recognise with the hair down,
Yeah.
except as the person with the hair down. When the hair's back, you're like, wow, totally different person.
Okay. Well, was this our well section, this little room where we're in?
That takes you back up into the main entrance where you came down both times.
All right. We head back up, I guess.
Okie dokie.
Are we all in agreement?
Only the one follows you up.
Okay.
And suddenly they look different, but that was the one that I thought it was.
Yeah.
A little bit awkwardly, I was like, all right then, see ya.
Hi.
And they sort of usher
Yep,
you
yeah.
as though you should go out the back door there.
Okay. You know this means we're going to get jumped. This is what happens when you get ushered out the back door.
Well, I'm surprised that we've been able to leave alive. I thought that we would have been
Me too.
completely butchered and mangled as soon as you both started yelling at
They
the
were
Mace
going
Lord.
to jump
Yeah.
us, then surely it would have happened already.
Yeah, he had us surrounded in that room. If he was gonna do it,
I mean, I would have.
Would you?
I mean, if I was a big, evil crime lord of some huge organization and someone was talking some shit, I probably would have lost my mind and, something bad would have happened.
And if I didn't,
If I-
I would
if I
probably
was smart
order their
enough-
death afterwards.
Exactly
If I
right.
was- if I was smart enough to become the head of a great big crime organization, I would be smart enough to not lose my temper.
I feel like that is easily said than done. A lot of
Yeah.
people cannot control emotions.
I think
And those people don't
lot
get to
of,
be in charge of criminal syndicates.
although there is an element of fear that is causing people to be loyal. So perhaps that unpredictability is part of the persona.
The more
Could it be
savage
that?
you are in this domain, the better off. The more they thrive. They don't last long. It's a high turnover. Anyway,
I assume you've walked out before you've started saying all that.
yep.
Okay, do you go the way that they usher you?
Yeah, I've just got 2 weapons out though, or at least hands on them, ready.
Okay, there's a couple others standing around there, a couple of nods, a couple of puzzled glances, nothing that really draws the ire too much. Session 0, bear with me. Crossroads. Oops. Sorry, just bear with me. I'm updating a thing.
All right.
Okay, my roll 20 just crashed, so I'm trying to reload.
Ah, okay. That's what I'm waiting for then, clearly.
Yeah.
File is too large.
Okay, yeah, I mean.
How do I do this? Let's go there. Let's go display capture. Screen 3. Not that screen. That's the wrong screen 3. That one. There we go. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it on roll 20. So I'm just going to share my screen to you guys on the view.
Mm-hmm.
Go live? What? Whatever. Not sure what happened there. Can you see on our screen the map?
The crossroads.
There we go. That's what the people on the stream are seeing as well. You are walking out down the bottom there. Sort of in here. And as you come around this corner, you hear this as you walk past.
Okay.
I'm looking over that way.
As you look over that way, you notice one of the fightery types that were through there. And Tanara, you recognize him as one that spoke to you on your way out. And you hear,
Okay.
Milady, Milady.
Yes. I give him a smile and walk over.
They're not just going to let you walk away. You know that, right?
You did suspect.
I can have... There are some who aren't sold on the Maze Lord's new direction. We can be out of the way in 10 minutes?
It would be very much appreciated. Anything you can do. It does seem that there's a lot of discontent and people, they're afraid of him, but they're not really used to this brutal turn that he's taken.
It looks at you, looks around, and goes, across the road, beneath the tree, or through the bushes. Look carefully. You should find what I'm talking about. And he looks, and then he sneaks off through the bushes. If you want to watch where he goes, roll me a perception check.
Well, I just did want to see if he was full of shit, and I got that 20.
Not full of shit.
Oof. I see nothing. He is very good.
Remy, you see him jump across the road, and you see him disappear into the bushes over here.
Now, what should I be looking at to see over here? Discord?
On the Discord image, yes, there should be a... Can you see the cursor? Oh, there we go.
Yes.
There he is.
Yeah.
Just there.
Okay.
That's where he disappeared into the bushes.
That's where he disappeared, but where did he point to in the bushes?
He either pointed to those bushes or to this tree.
Yeah, okay. So that tree was the go and see, you'll find what you see.
And so was those two areas. You gave two options.
Yeah, okay. All right. So there's two secret doors down back to the main chamber, and he's going to clear out all of the red team so that everyone else is a enemy. Woohoo! We can sweep and clear.
Well, I mean, they may just be people that he wasn't able to talk to, or I can't kill for the sake of... I hope that you're joking, Remy. Awkwardly laughing, looking away.
Well, it means everyone else is in with the Maze Lord.
So maybe
Sweep and clear can be non-lethal.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy with that.
Yes. I just...
But if they pull swords, they
There are many
start.
reasons people maybe with the Maze Lord at this point.
But I think all of that guy that you were just talking to, he's with the Maze Lord. It's just there's many of them who don't agree with the current methods.
Technically, we were briefly with the Maze Lord. I mean, you took his money. I look at you pointedly.
I plan to take more.
Because you took my money as well. Because I couldn't.
Actually, that does remind me. Elfia and Tanare, can I get you to roll me a Constitution save, please?
Tea. See, I told you, don't drink the tea.
You son of a bitch. 13.
Yeah, 8.
Cool, thank you.
Coffee and liquor.
Actually, you know what? Roll it with advantage because you had a long rest.
Okay. 18 this time.
18 for Tanare.
That is a bit better.
Elfia?
17.
Well,
No, not 17. I meant 7 better, 20.
okay, cool. As you guys come out and you're sitting there, it starts to dawn on you that during that interaction, particularly you, Elfia, were a lot less agreeable, both of you really, were a lot less agreeable than you felt earlier in the day. And just with that moment, you start to realize that you'd been pretty influenced. So because you took the coins when you were playing the game, you all made saving throws to be charmed. And because you all
Did I take coins at the
yeah,
time?
in the last one, the Maze Lord handed you coins and waited till you put your hands out and dropped them in your
Oh,
hands.
okay.
When each of you did that, you each had to make saving throws, and Elfia and Tanari, you failed those saving throws.
Okay. Cool.
And so essentially,
Actually,
you've
okay.
either been rolling disadvantage or the DCs have been much higher for you to see through rubbish. But that's sort of been passing over the last 12 hours. And you've sort of just.
Okay, my rolls have been so terrible that
Yeah.
it didn't matter anyway, right?
Once you were down there, it was sort of stopping. However, you're now realizing that you had been manipulated.
I don't like that. I mean, manipulating someone with words, convincing them is one thing, but
Okay, so I've dropped off the that image, and I think it's dropped back out, so you won't be able to see it on Discord anymore because you've seen where those options are. Elfia, because you've been trying to keep a map, you would recognize that
Yeah,
this
you know me.
this one here. I'm sorry, let me drag you all to it. That one there with the stairs that Formosus went into annoyingly the previous time. You would say that roughly corresponds to where the tree is. And even though you haven't been through this area, directionally, you reckon that's probably where the other area that they were pointing towards.
Okay, so right to the tree, left to the bushes.
The tree is out in the edge of an open field right next to the building where you saved the Hagnon.
okay.
Good to know. That's going in the notes.
So I suppose we're going digging through some bushes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's after dark now. It's probably around 7 p.m. or the equivalent thereof. You notice you don't see very much else on the road. You can see there's the odd bit of traffic going in and out of the door down the road at the Allways if you go for a look. What would you like to do? You've either been tipped off that you're likely to expect an unscheduled visitor at some stage, probably at one end of the knife, or you've got what may or may not be reliable information to get you into a situation with slightly better odds.
Yeah, I want to follow this guy's tip. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we could trust this one.
I think we should give. I do too. I think we should
He's
give him an
not
hour or so to clear out the resistance.
He said 10 minutes.
Did he?
Yeah.
Even
Yep.
better. Okay.
He said within 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, he could have the.
Right.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
all in one entrance, or one in the left, or like, two in the left, two in the right?
Wait, what?
Don't split the party. Don't split the party.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Always,
But, I'm
always
just trying to
never don't split the
Yeah.
party.
Where did those two? How close were those two entrances together underneath?
I don't like going into the one that's out in the open. And by
No, I prefer to-
by what I've worked out, and I'm going to just pull out some paper and start drawing out a map, because that's what I do. And I'm going to sort of draw out the general layout of the underground bit with a sort of sketched overlay of where those bushes and where that tree is. It's like, so I reckon if we go through the left one, if we go through the right, if we go through the right one, that's a very small area and it's enclosed, and it's right near that door to actually get in properly. But the thing is, if we open that door there, anyone who's in that big square chamber is going to see that door open, and is going to see us coming out of it. So I reckon if we going through the left entrance, that means we may end up encountering a bit more immediately, but we can potentially avoid dealing with an extra group. The only downside is that we'll need to cross in front of the hallway. So we'll be taking a gamble on if there's anyone in that hallway looking. But that's easier to check. It's easier to check around a corner than it is to check through a keyhole.
Does feel safer.
Agreed.
Sneaking is more your forte, Remy. What do you think?
I like the narrow corridors. I'm just wondering if we might tie each other up. It's better for us when there's 4 of us all acting at once on one choke point. So us in a bigger area, we can sort of spread out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Going in through the left also means we've got that chamber to work with.
Yeah.
We're not having to fight through a 5-foot wide corridor the whole time.
Yes.
Okay.
If there is any resistance.
It was quite dark in there.
I guess I am apprehensive.
Are you enjoying your life right now?
I mean, I did not think that we would end up becoming sort of a
Liberated.
spy, assassin, mob boss killers.
Rebel.
It's fun though, isn't it?
Rebel scum.
I mean, if I survive, yes.
Just
Think
think of
of
the
the
If I-
song.
story. Yeah, right? The song.
Yes, but then there's the ability to be able to play the song by being alive.
Oh, but think of how good the song could be if you live it.
Yeah, and if you
Think
die,
of the emotion
value
you could
goes up.
pour into it. You could put your full sense of fear into the song and your full sense of triumph when we
I
succeed.
mean, hold up. I am not afraid. I mean, I am not a scaredy cat, if that's what you're implying. Like, no.
Oh no, never.
No,
Well then,
Not fear.
no, not fear.
Reason, right?
Definitely not.
Trepidation.
to the bush.
To the bush.
The bush of
Yes, to the
destiny.
bush.
Oh, let's be all sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going stealth on this one.
I'm gonna get
So,
my
you know that teacup? Can you like maybe pad it so it doesn't like chink on anything? Just a thought.
Fine. I like pull out this little scarf and I wrap it in the scarf and I put it in my bag.
Oh god, we're all gonna die.
Putting our faith in.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've not had a long rest, so.
You
Ah,
haven't?
you got a long rest during the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
are we long resting during the day?
Yeah, you all
Yeah.
had time. You all had
let's
Yeah,
let's
we did.
bang, 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 bang.
You all
Let's stop
just had
blasting
time.
these fools.
It's a
All right,
siesta.
cool.
siesta time. So let's go to the bush.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check followed by a search check to see if you can find the thing.
Investigation or tracking, survival type thing.
Up to you, as long as you can justify it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking for tracks that'll lead me somewhere. There's survival.
Yeah, I'm
10 on the
looking for-
stealth.
Oh,
Can't see
oof,
anything.
I'm terrible. I'm not used to being stealthy.
Not a lot of
So
stealth going on
um,
there.
But I'm
Remy,
not seeing-
Could
What was-
I?
Remy,
Could I
what
do a
was the
slightly
check?
weird check?
yeah, you did a
looking
Constitution
for-
save. So you're
Sorry?
looking for some means of ingress. Now, Remy, you are completely rubbish at seeing anything, but you disappear. Elfia, you look you have vitality. You're healthy, but not very quiet. And Tanare, you just walk across the road.
Yeah.
I think
Could I?
Formosus, you're trying to be Kronk from the Emperor's New Groove, you know?
Yep. The most loud and obnoxious person trying to be sneaky.
But at least you're trying
Yeah.
to be quiet. Everyone else forgot that bit. Except
But
Remy.
yeah. Can I do a check for, I don't know, like insight or I guess investigation maybe for following the direction of this guy?
Yep, go ahead.
Does he? Which one should I do?
Up to you.
And could I do mine as trying to work out how it would line up with my map
So bad.
using my cartographer's proficiency?
Yeah, sure.
I
Yeah.
have +5 to my insight, and I get 10.
Wow. Over by that bush, I think. Like the bush over there.
Over there, right?
Definitely not the bushes over there. The bushes over
Crunch,
there.
crunch, 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 crunch. These dry leaves make a funny noise. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Has everyone searched for it yet?
No.
I'm sorry, what are we looking for? I just heard we were
Should be
going
good
into
at
the
this.
bushes.
You're
Oh,
looking
secret entrance.
for
Almost.
something that might be a secret entrance.
Yeah.
What does a secret entrance look like? Is it like in the books where it's you pull a lever and it...
Wrong lever! Why do we even have
Well,
that
they
lever?
all failed, so we don't know.
I used medicine because it would be the same roll, and I got a 24.
Okay, it should have been right there, and you point, and in the middle of the bush, there is a circle about that round where there is no bush. Straight away, like literally,
Oh.
Tanare was standing on one side of it, and Remy was standing on the other side of it, going, it should be just like a little space in the bush. And you've sort of looked down at your map for a second and looked up at where they're
And
standing
it's
and,
just like,
went,
there.
like there?
This is not my area. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this sneaky. You know?
And
Most of the places I've been, they have giant religious insignia everywhere at the entrance.
so yeah,
Grab the grass and lift it.
and it just comes up.
All right.
And
I'll
there's
start to
Well
head
done.
in.
and there's a ladder.
Yep.
Okay. So, let's try to be all sneaky like.
As you step down on the ground there, Remy,
Yep.
there's a person coming directly towards you, like, I need to go up through there and leave, and I can see now exactly why. Do you mind if I up and away?
Yes, comrade.
And they just sort of like, thanks very much. Good luck, you know, good luck storming the castle, kind of thing. And
Vive la resistance!
I'm out. See ya.
and up they go. And like you guys, and a second later, a head comes up. He's like, "Oh, I made the right choice. Have fun!" And off they go.
Yes, you did.
So everyone we encounter that is goes past us, like essentially leaving to help us. Or not help us, but their leaving is helping us.
Plausible
I will
deniability.
try to, if possible, just as they walk past, either briefly touch them, just like with my fingertips kind of on their shoulders or their arms, or if I'm not able to, then like make eye contact at least, and just say, you know, like, I will say a prayer for you, thank you for your assistance, things like that, just general
Awesome.
thanks, but also in a sort of trying to make a point that it's Fashir will look kindly upon this act.
Okay, so only one so far, and like as you're coming up, they feel a bit surrounded, so they don't give you a great response, but they like a confused sort of look. It's like, you know, at least I'm not being killed, but I'll probably think about this later on.
Yeah, I just lean over to Remy as people are coming and just like, this is why you offer dental.
I want to run past doing the celebrity high five as we go past. everyone.
No one else comes up yet as you've jumped
Yeah,
down
just
there.
the one so far, right?
Yeah, just one so far.
Okay.
I just thought I'd say, like, anyone else we
Yeah.
encounter, I'll do the same kind of thing.
Okay, let's have an order of movement. So we've got Remy down first. Who's next?
I would like to go third.
Okay. Who's got second? Who's got last?
I'll go second because it's important for me to get up close.
And it means that I can be at the back, so if it goes bad, I can run away.
The
Excellent.
caboose!
Okay.
Quickly run away.
Are we sneaking as we bravely turn our tail and fled?
Yeah.
Yes, most
Yes.
definitely.
Everybody roll me some sneaky sneak.
Ran away.
Is it advantage because it's in the dark now?
Yes, but it's going to lose advantage because everybody who's not trying to sneak knows that you're around. So I would just say normal roll.
Yeah, it would normally would have disadvantage if it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Okay, so I'll just make it a normal roll then.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm loud, I'm covered in clunky
Oh,
things.
That's
no.
all right. It's going to be a group check here. So
Oh, the group check just makes it better.
22,
We are all
32,
so
30.
bad at this.
So
I'm terrible at rolling.
waiting on you, Elfie. You're the only one who I haven't seen. You need at least an 8.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, you make it. Just. So as Tanari steps down, sort of steps on your foot, Elfia, and you go, and Remy just goes and just covers your mouth so you can't say anything. And you manage to feel like you've remained reasonably quiet.
Remy, the hard carry.
Yeah. I'm just trying to scout ahead and leave the noisy crew to their trooping.
I mean, you can hardly blame me. I glow.
As
Yeah.
you come to the corner there, then, Remy, you see 3 individuals standing in the courtyard. 3 familiar individuals. They are the party of adventurers who you met in the Maze Lord shack the first time you were in there. And standing at the front with all of the false confidence that a Formosus might have, hands on hips, is the first one. And he says, been waiting for you. We've, he sort of pauses. Where's the rest of you?
I'll point out that you don't have us on that page on Roll20.
Oh, where are you on Roll20? Oh, that's probably an issue.
We're in the woods.
There
In the woods.
we go. Thank you for that.
There.
Oh, I see.
And there's somebody with a lyre over his shoulder, wearing otherwise sort of like traditional Robin Hoodie elves sort of things. Bradius, as you can see, I'm perfectly sitting upright. So thank you for that redemption there. And behind them is somebody just with 2 swords over their back, and sort of long plait and braid down the back and a ponytail. And on the other side is this white-haired, white-eyed individual, and they're just standing there. And you can see that they've got like a cross, like a holy symbol around their neck.
Okay.
And
Holy
the
symbol, do I recognize the...
Kill the cleric.
And the Bardi type one's like, so where are the rest of this? It's only you they've seen so far. Remy is like, should I wait for the rest? No weapons out at this stage.
Yep. I'll walk 2 steps forward
Yeah.
and say, no, it's just me. Step back.
Oh, in that case, look, we've talked, and really wanted to work for the Maze Lord, but this, we might try in the spring. So we were just going to join those others and leave.
I'm going to say, well, there's plenty of plunder inside if you come with us.
Oh, and they sort of look at your weapons with the chinks in them, and you can see that that fighter, those swords have been used maybe once, and it doesn't look like they've cut any skin with it yet. And you look again at the cleric, and you can see that they're sort of shaking and fingering their holy symbol, and only the bard is like, I'd love to hear about it, but a little bit above our skill grade.
Well, you could always hang it our back and clean up the chaff.
We were just gonna mill around upstairs. Does that work? Sort of cover your exits.
Or for distraction, perhaps.
Sounds good.
Ooh. And when you if you're there and you say distraction, the bard will respond.
You see his head like...
Yep.
Ooh. I can do distraction, and you literally hear the fighter go, I should have stayed a baker.
I too was level 1 2 days ago.
I hear there's a rat problem in the cellar of the Always. We might start there.
Hey, hey, have you heard about the Boost Dragon?
Sorry, what now?
Boost Dragon.
Let's go.
If you survive, I'll shout. Always. And off they head up, and they leave too.
Tenere, don't kill these 3. They're okay.
And a second after that, these 3 walk through. He's like, ooh. And then the cleric goes, you're of the shepherds. And then just sort of like in awe and sort of looks back as they're walking away. He's like,
I like play with the prayer wheel thing again in my hand.
And you can see they want to say something, and they sort of put their hand up like this, like, and just don't know what to say.
You have fans.
Do I recognize what their religious symbol is?
Roll a religion check.
Okay. My rolling is terrible. 13.
Looks like Saban.
Yeah.
So the
I'm just
traveller.
gonna square up with the other
Makes
bard
sense.
as we make our way past each other, just like the glancing looks as we square each other off, and maybe have a rock battle in our minds to see who's the superior bard. It's obviously going to be me. So
As he walks in, he leans forward and is like, "I'm Mel, and I think if you make it out, you tell me. We'll do that thing where we both do a different song and see how they match up. Like no arrogance, no ego in it. It's just like that'd be so much fun. We should do that."
Let's jam.
my first thought is, oh, how naive. And then I'm like, a future creative that could become a problem. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. That seems like an amazing idea, my friend. I will meet you at the Always as soon as we're done. Oh, now, bye-bye.
Actually, like, really great. It's like, oh, that's going to be amazing. I'll tune. Don't die. That's like the third time he said don't die.
I recognise the symbol of Saban.
Did you look for it?
Well, they were playing with their holy symbol.
Yeah, she was holding. Yeah, you'd recognise that.
Well, yeah. I was playing with mine, but
I met him the other day.
Yeah, you've seen them. You've spoken briefly, so.
Oh, I thought you meant Saban. I thought you were lying to them.
Oh no,
You're like,
I met Saban.
him.
I met Saban.
Whoa.
It's in my notes. I had the
This is,
dream where I met Saban.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh god.
Just like,
Did you actually say that?
I met them.
They've just like no idea how to respond. They're off.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an angel person. So.
They smile and nod.
They don't
I
know
never
that.
did.
And neither do I.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Fun.
Not yet. I'm sure I'll find out in about 10 minutes.
What, when you die?
Yeah.
When you get sent to heaven, they're like, oh, you're home. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what?
We didn't expect you until next Tuesday. What, our time or yours?
Yeah.
Ah, the
Is
old
it
heaven
Tuesday?
time dilation.
What's Tuesday?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judas.
Okay, so what's the plan? Where you at?
Oh, again, I'm trying to stick toward the back of the group and follow.
Okay.
I'm
Because
stealthily
I don't
ahead.
have a plan. I'm following.
As
Do we
you-
see the guy up at the end of that hallway?
Yeah, you see nothing, and then you see a guy, and then you see the guy disappear this way. And as you walk closer, another not far behind. Wait. Wait for me, Val. And you hear, hurry up, Can. They're coming.
Well, I was right. If we've noticed, a lot of others will have.
Go to the corner and just have a sneaky peek around.
Yep.
You don't see anything. Door's open though now.
Okay, I'll just dash across the other side, open the doorway, just to make sure there's no one there, and wait for the others to come up.
Yeah, that door was left open,
Okay.
which it definitely wasn't before because Phonosis closed it.
Okay. Go to this room before going through the passage. Is that door open in front of us?
Yes, nobody's been stopping to close them.
And it's dark inside?
Through the other side, it's not dark. Same lit. It's more lit in the Maze Lord's main sort of chambers.
Right. I'll try and stealth through if I can. I'm just trying to stick to shadows.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any in here.
No,
Yeah, same.
and I'll just
Oh no,
take.
you were saying?
I was just going to say perhaps like I'd reach past Elfir and touch Remy and cast guidance on him as he is the
Oh,
one going forward first,
excellent. Thank you.
before he enters that room.
Okay.
That was sleight of hand. Probably the same roll though.
So
Only a 4 guidance, nice.
yeah, I'm.
Is that the same? Is sleight of hand the same?
It's dex and proficiency by the looks of things. Actually, no, that one is straight dex right now because I'm assuming your dex is 18 or 19.
Doing it to me.
Yeah, so what's your dex, Remy? Oh, hold on, I'm looking
Oh,
at it right here. Yeah,
right
no.
click side of instead of health.
Yeah, so it's a 22. You're definitely stealthed. You did medicine, but
Yeah.
it's the same.
I did I do sleight of hand?
Yeah, you did sleight of hand.
Yeah, you did sleight of hand.
Okay. So it should and the D4 is 4, so 22. So it's a 24.
Yeah, it's actually more when you do stealth. So it's
Yeah, I get +6 to stealth.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, so 24. And I'm gonna dum, 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 dum,
yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
and I'm gonna just quickly lurk across to this alcove,
okay.
and then just keep an eye on the back, waiting for the others to stomp on through.
Alfir, with a 22 stealth. Yep, you're fine as well.
Yeah, I'm not very stealthy. Do I do another stealth to get through here as well?
Yeah, just do your stealth once you go into this main room.
Okay. I'm going to take a breath, do a little prayer with my prayer wheel, and cast guidance on myself as well.
Okay.
That's-
Because I don't trust myself. Oof, gosh. So,
I'm going to gesture Elfir across to the alcove and hold up my hand for the others at the other side. I guess all 4 of us can't fit in this 5-foot square.
No, that's true.
so my
But if
stealth
Elfir,
is 7 total.
Your stealth is
Even
7
with the
total, so
guidance.
you think you're pretty quiet, but the other two, you just straight away you realise that
Or
she's not.
squeaks or I kick it or something.
100%.
I'm just going to hold.
Catch my toe. Ah!
Is anyone coming?
Nobody.
I'm going to. Sorry.
Which
I've
way?
got-
Sorry.
I'm going to get my thieves' tools out and
Yep.
try to pick the lock.
Okay.
Well, if I'm still stealthing, I'll stealth across and ask Tania for another high five from Fashia.
So literally, for Moses, do you want to do your stealth and move to where you would move as well? Because I assume you're just coming through one at a time
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
before we get into the lock picking and that business.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
Moses,
I'm
yep.
a cat.
Boom.
Okay, so at your
When it
move,
counts.
Where's Formosus? Who can say?
put yourself where you are likely to go, and I'll let you know how far towards that you make it.
So I want to try and get to this corner so I can peek around down this hallway.
Okay. And Tanare?
I'll just hang behind Elfir a bit, aware that I'm not very good at this whole thing.
Fantastic. Thanks very much for the follow there, Cayenne Pepper. You're just about to see what happens when somebody rolls really badly on a stealth and everyone else goes well. And with that, as you get to the corner there, Formosus, you
I'll go with the
see
guidance.
the
sorry.
door here open. Just start to pull open a little bit. Bradius, another follow. Thank you. Yeah, and you see the door peer across, and you see sort of an eye poke out. I'm gonna assume for Moses that you sort of knelt down to look from low, like did that thing where you snuck down and peered, because it looks like the archer's eye looks straight through you and over to the source of the noise. Which means before we roll initiative, you will be able to do something.
Okay.
Hello there.
Oh, hello there.
Quickly charm him for Moses.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to like, how intensely do we want to charm this man?
Take her out to dinner.
You know what?
I believe
I'm
the
gonna,
answer is yes.
I'm gonna go all out, and like, if I see her, I freak out, and I reach into my pocket, and I throw out the pink pixie dust for like my charming magics, and as I like blow it in the direction, I like whistle in like a weird tone as I'm gonna try and phantasmal force this woman.
Oh yeah.
Good spell is good.
Awesome.
It needs a. Wait a second. Custom virtual tabletop. I don't know why it's rolling damage because I'm not doing it as a
No,
damage.
it's an.
Oh, there we go. Intelligence.
It's an
save.
int save. What do they need to make?
DC 14.
Hard no.
Excellent.
So, describe the force of phantasmalism
So-
that is wrought upon her.
The illusion that enraptures our dear elf is that she will suddenly find herself within a twinkling grove, 10 feet by 10 feet. There are birds chirping, there's like this warm glow, and she just kind of finds herself sinking in this glistening pool, and there's a smell of wine, and she's just very like disorientated and charmed, I suppose, as she's just incapacitated by all the weird feyness that's happening.
Okay, just let me double check to see what response they would have.
Alright, yeah, I'll post the full thing.
Oh, that would be good, actually. That way I don't have to look it up. It's been a while since I've seen that.
It's a
Whoa,
big...
there's some stuff.
Yeah.
I just know
Yeah,
that they
it's a
have
big
to.
spell.
I just know that they have to believe it, don't they? If they fail,
Yeah. Yeah, their
They
mind
they-
justifies
that it's
anything
real.
wrong with it.
yeah.
So it's like if they're attacking a figure that you make up to have them fight, and it seems like they should have hit it, or they do some great big AoE thing, their brain justifies it not dying.
So the way that he works it out is that he's basically taking them to his memory of the Feywild to make them think that they have been teleported there, just to keep them there.
Right.
And he's like, he doesn't want to hurt them because she's maybe a bit of a bitch, but she's not a bad person. So she's like, cool, we'll just take you out of the equation. You can go and enjoy yourself for however long this takes, which I think is just a minute if I hold concentration.
Yeah. So it can take damage from the illusion, but it doesn't unless like you haven't given something particularly dangerous.
No, I'm not going to deal any damage to her.
Okay. So you hear this like what, and then all of a sudden the eye disappears from the door. Your test came up, flurry of foes. Saddle up, folks, and then test.
Oh, good. I was just checking.
Yeah. And so
So now that I'm like partially concentrating on that as I'm trying to keep like the pitch of the whistle going, I will then wide-eyed look behind me at whatever is happening down this end.
however, only that individual had heard anything, though they were the only ones who heard Tanare make enough noise. So I would suggest they don't make enough noise for you to be otherwise noticed.
Okay.
So I
Well,
don't.
then-
Clear?
So I don't think that you would have to
Okay.
roll
'Cause then
initiative. However, because it's only 1 minute, I'm going to get you to roll initiative.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that way, because essentially in a minute she will, and something will have happened. So I'll get you all to roll initiative for me.
Exactly. I have a minute to deal with this.
But that way we can do it in turns, and we
I
can work
finally
out
roll well when it's not.
when you
as
probably
important.
don't really want to.
I don't need to go first in this situation, but hey, there's my one good roll for the week.
Although Remy
fortnight.
didn't. Remy still
We're
did better.
matched.
Holy hell.
We're on the
Elfie,
ball.
It makes sense because we've been on edge, ready to spring into action.
this is true.
Like a release.
We are the ones breaking in, so
That's it. Remy. So Remy, you get to go first.
This is the door where I heard the thumping.
Yeah, no, you thought it was past there. You thought it was further up the hall.
Okay, so I'm going to assume I'm in surprise mode here. Do I know that there's a guy up here, or is it not? Not really.
No, nothing you've seen yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're not really in initiative then, are we?
No,
If we just
essentially you're not an initiative. You're just taking turn order. So you all tell me what you're going to do. Then it
try and
happens.
pick this lock then, I guess.
Okay.
That's what I was going to do.
It's only because we've got the ticking clock of my spell.
That's it.
yeah.
So if you don't raise anyone's attention, you're not actually in combat.
not
I'm
until
just
that
using
person
that as
calls out or something.
I'm just using that
yeah.
as a 1 minute tracker.
Okay. Using stealth because I'm proficient in thieves' tools and it's dex based. So
Sure.
Would I? Oh, it doesn't matter.
click 20, hopefully.
Yeah, that unlocks it.
Okay, and well, hello.
And you see standing beside the bed, Alma, the mage who came in and checked your dice the other day. And they say, what? Really didn't want to come here. And before they respond any further, we're really going to need to go through everyone else because you're very likely to now go into initiative again.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk to him and say, hey, I'm going to close this door. I suggest you lock it until the fighting stops.
Okay, so as you go through and see them before they do anything, you're sort of going to go, yeah, maybe lock the door.
Yeah.
Good advice, they say. And do you back out?
Yeah, click. And I'll wait to see if I hear the door lock. Or I'll lock it with my thieves' tools.
They will, but it will take a few seconds, so you would need to wait a turn to see how they respond.
No problem.
Althea, you would be the person who gets to act next, so it'll happen all essentially simultaneously, but you get to do something for each of those rounds.
Okay, I'm going to peek around the corner, see if I can spy anything or anyone.
Since we're at the same time, can I cast guidance before she does anything? Just because she's right next to me. Because I know it's touch, but if she's right there.
Sure. Because you're at the same.
Because we're at the same initiative, I thought maybe it would.
Yeah,
I could
fair
get
enough.
away with it.
So you have guidance on that inspection check there. It would be a perception for the amount of time you have.
Yeah, it's just a quick look, right?
You get the impression there's some movement up in that next door because when you walked past before Althea, there were two people standing guard out there. You still think there is something there. You get when you get that feeling that there's something around the corner and then there's always something around the corner? You get one of them.
You would have got the +4 as well, not +4, but the
Yeah, just roll that as well. Total 17.
just in case it makes a difference.
And Althea, as you're looking around, you're not sure what it is, but it's almost like you can see through. Is anybody looking at Althea at this stage?
I am. I'm looking at her. Yeah.
Side of her face?
If I can see it from where I am.
Imagine you'd be looking at it as she looked around. As she looks
Yeah.
through, you
I'm
see
trying
this.
to gauge her response in case it's danger.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, you do see
paying
something.
attention.
Watching her face, you see this mask sort of momentarily just appear over her face and then fade immediately again. Althea, during that time, you look over there and you see an empty doorway, and then instantly you're certain that there's someone just out of sight behind that door. Certain of it. You know they're there.
Okay, one by that door.
What does the mask look like?
Althea. I'm glad you asked, Tanari. Althea.
So it is a bone white owl mask. It's
Ooh.
like a like if someone had done wood carving of like a stylized owl skull.
Oh, kind of like the
But it,
Celtic owl.
yeah, but it's all like bone white with with faint black inlay. And
Okay. I
there's just
probably
like
don't see that
tiny
much
little
detail, but
whiffs of smoke coming off where the feathers are carved in, where like feather patterns are carved into the skull shape.
oh, cool. Now, when I saw this, you said it was a flicker. Was it kind of like spectral flicker, or was it like there and not there kind of thing?
Althea.
Like, did it seem solid?
Sasha, is it solid for you, or once you've got it, it's an actual thing that you can use, isn't it?
Yeah, it is an actual thing.
Okay, cool.
I like the idea of it being something that I can choose to, as a free action, have appear on me or
Cool.
physically carry around.
At this
Yeah.
stage, however, it is spectral.
Yeah, in this situation, and it's also low light, so
Yeah.
whatever. But I was just curious because
it's only new to Althea as well, so we've got to sort of build it a little bit just for lols.
Yeah, I don't know that appeared on my face.
No, and I don't want to. Like, I'm questioning whether it was just low light in my eyes. I'm tired, and this situation is stressful. Did I really see it? And also, like, not now is not the time to go, what the hell? The fuck? So I won't say anything at this point, but definitely intrigued. I'm gonna keep an eye on your face.
Yeah, and my path for that is I quickly whisper to Tanari that there's someone at the door up ahead, and then I go down to just where Remy is and say the same thing, then I go up to where I am now. Because 40 feet movement.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. And I've got my axe out reversed ready so I can strike with the blunt end of it ready to go.
Okay. Tanari?
So she informed me that there's a person.
Yes, so you and Remy both have heard that there's someone around that corner on the next door.
Do I hear them respond at all? Have they, like, is it like a hey or anything, or nothing?
No one's aware.
At the same time kind of thing.
The only two people who are aware of anything at the moment are this one over here, who thinks they're in the thinks they're in the Fae, which doesn't seem as Fae to somebody who's been there before, but you don't know whether she has or not. And Alma, who you have met, who Remy has suggested lock themselves in.
But I don't know what happened there really yet. Anyway.
No, you just saw Remy disappear in. You heard a muffled sound and then came back out.
But it's not an
closed the door.
immediate threat. That's obvious to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will come to the corner to be able to see all of my friends. Like if I peek my head around the corner at least. Anyway, I'd like to just hold my action to cast Bless for when I feel there's like a hostile reaction.
Okay, Bless is a cantrip, isn't it?
No.
Just be aware that if you're going to hold an action at the end of the turn, it will be lost. But because we're not under initiative yet, you can be prepared to cast it. So you'll essentially get an option to cast before we go into proper combat. But normally, if we're in combat and you hold a spell, you've expended the spell slot and you're just holding it from going. So you will use the spell shot and either let the spell fizzle or fire it. In this case, I'm not going to hold you to that because we're not actually in initiative yet.
I was thinking it would, whether I cast it or not, it would have used a spell slot, but
Yeah, you're not in combat at the moment, and you guys are ready because you know people are there. So you sort of are going to get to act, unless you're surprised
yeah.
elsewise. You probably don't need to expend it. Just wait. You can just
Because
say,
I guess because Elphia said there was someone there, and I knew she was going to approach a potential hostile.
yeah. So
I just
you would be able to say if there's sudden movement, you would then be able to choose to cast it as a reaction because you're waiting to do it. But that's just
If
because
I-
we're not really in combat.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. I just thought if I'll peek my head around the corner, and if they notice her,
Yeah, too easy.
I will cast it. On my 3 friends, not myself.
Too
It's
easy.
only 3.
Now, is that all you're doing for the moment then?
Yeah.
Okay, so after you would go the Kaith, who is in the Fae as far as they're concerned at the moment. But
Tea party.
on their turn, they do get to investigate what's going on. So the target can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence check against your spell save there for Moses. So 1 second she's peering out of her room on alert, knowing something's happening. The next, she's in this grove. And so she looks around. What the hell is going on? She actually says it out loud, so you hear that, Formosus. Have I been
Sweats.
teleported? It's just an intelligence check, isn't it?
I believe so.
She rolled a 19
Oof.
plus
That'll
1,
do it.
so a 20. The target can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence check against your spell save. The target realizes the phantom is illusion and the spell ends. She looks around and goes, wait a minute. That's not what it looks like in the... And the spell, your spell ends. You feel the spell end. And you hear that, wait a minute, that's not what the... And that's all you hear. Because, out of character, she's been to the Feywild before. Doesn't look exactly like that, where she's been at any rate. But that's the end of her turn. So you get the impression that it worked for about 6 seconds, but it's probably not going to last much longer.
Poor darling.
Now it's your turn, Formosus. Having just felt that, you're now have the con.
Do these doors... I probably wouldn't know. Well then. Skip, hop, jump. Dust myself off. And I will just hold my hand like this. And I will get ready to jump us.
Okay. So you're not going to go through the door, you're waiting at the door?
Yes. So she's going to open it up, and I'm just going to blow the pink dust in her face again.
Okay. That's that one. That's that one. You, Remy, you hear footsteps, really soft footsteps, and then you hear this...
From where?
Through the other side of the door.
Heard the door locking
Oh,
again.
well,
Yeah.
that was okay. All right. I'm going to go 10 foot up. Give Tanare a nod on the way. Looks
No,
like she's
not
got
yet,
it.
because we're now, like, if you're doing this, you're now officially under initiative. So we're about,
Okay.
that was the last one in the round gone now, and you
Oh,
are
I thought you were
first.
saying for me to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are now first in the round. So it is 9:45. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to suggest that we'll pick it up from here next time, and you will be under combat initiative. So
All right.
Tanare will start before we go into that combat initiative. Tanare, you'll be able to cast Bless before we start, and Formosus, you'll be holding that charm spell for when Kaith walks through the door.
Sorry, babe.
So that's where we're going to be starting. The only two people aware of your presence canonically at the moment would be Kathy, who spent a short while in Formosus's Feywild TM, and Alma, who has seemingly locked the door.
Feywild TM. Oh, that's so good.
So next time we meet, we'll go straight into some combat.
Sasha,
right.
your mic is very distorted. We cannot understand.
There. Sorry, I had it flicked up.
That's-
If I didn't make it clear with what I was doing, my intent was to hold my action to beat the snot out of the guy around this corner.
Okay, just remember what you are planning to do for next time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to write the current initiatives in here so we know.
Are they not in the Roll20 one? Anyway?
Yeah, but if it accidentally gets closed and we lose it, I want to make sure we have it.
Okay.
And I need it because the names on those characters there correspond to the types of characters I've got in Roll20 and what they actually are. So just for me, I've got their actual names and a bit of backstory on my piece of paper here.
Yeah. We should make a note
Okay.
that Bless will have triggered as well.
Yeah.
In fact, I might do the thing, like use up the spell slot now so I don't forget.
Okay, and just make a note that that's what we're doing.
Yeah, so everyone's blessed.
I'll put a symbol for the bless.
Excellent.
Everyone except me.
Okay.
Cancel symbol. What's the bless symbol?
Oh, I'm just using the muscles.
Muscles?
I think. Yep. I think Formosus might be out of range, but you might need to move a bit, Tenari.
Maybe.
That's 45. Is it 60 or is it 30?
30.
Oh, it's 30.
It's fine.
You should be able
Well,
to. If you go 15 feet towards them, you'll be able to reach them all.
And she cannot see or fear.
And I mean,
I'd rather you bless those two
don't
than
have
worry
to
about
see
silly old
them.
me.
Oh, don't you?
no. So if you just get
It's just within range.
equidistant,
I don't have to see them.
if you
So
get
if I just take a
Oh, wow.
yeah, if you get equidistance, you should be right.
It's okay.
It'll keep you out of any mischief, too.
That one more step and I think one more.
Yeah. It's not going to make a big difference, essentially, so long as you look like you're pretty much in the middle. I'm cool.
Yeah.
So we've got bless, and we just launch into initiative order for next turn.
Yep.
Oh, I like the symbol you used. That's cool.
Okay.
All right.
So they're blessed. And
Nice.
Formosus, if you just want to remember that on your turn, before what happens? Yeah, no. Kaith goes before you. Do they? Remy, Spy, Tabaxi. Yes, Kaith goes before you. So you'll be doing it as a reaction when the Tabaxi Hunter goes.
Yeah, I've marked off the spell slot.
But she will be coming through, so out of character, you're not actually going to lose anything there.
2.
Formosus, you're at 18. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how it goes. All right. You're aware of 3 definitive individuals from this little run-in now. You obviously know the Maze Lord's going to be there. You're aware of Goral, the elder cranky person. You've also seen 2 in the top corner. I think, Remy, you saw them. You know that Ren was one of the higher-ranking wizardy types, so you suspect they'll still be there. And Denor, the one with the little mace on the other side, sneered at one of you. So between you, you can probably gather there'll be at least 6, maybe more.
Easy.
No pressure.
One of them being the actual leader of an entire underground operation. So it'll be fine.
Leader schmieder.
No sweat.
So you're saying it'll be an easy fight and entirely one-sided?
Exactly.
You're telling us there's a chance.
Well, I'm going to change some of the actual characteristics of these characters here because there's bits of what I want them to be able to do, but if they were doing this at its level for those characters, no way there's a chance. So I'm just sort of still playing around with them.
And we don't know what they are anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That's right.
No, that's it. I'm just sort of trying to work out how I can do it most efficiently to be able to homebrew bits of things, but not all of them. Which I think will be AC and HP changes. And then I'll just have to sort of personally limit some of the higher level guys' spell availabilities. Because it's more like I'm sort of going more for flavor than for on the characters than having an actual build. So I'm sort of loosey-gooseying their difficulties to match something that can be done.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dear
And-
God.
I don't want to see behind the veil.
No, nor do I, but that's where I are.
Get back where you belong, behind the veil.
No, I don't want to. It's lonely back here.
Maintain kayfabe.
Yeah.
I
It's
want to
the
do this.
illusion of agency.
Don't break kayfabe.
I want to do a Deadpool style.
All right. I better go.
Yeah, I'm going to head off too. I've got some stuff to do tomorrow. Thank you very much. Lovely to have you all together again. Now, I believe our next session will be dangerously close to the Christmases. No, it's after. It's between Christmas and New Year. Our next one on the 27th. Does that work for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should work.
I have nothing on.
Could be. I might be doing it from somewhere else, Margaret River. I don't know. I'll have to make sure. I'll have to confirm where I'm going to be on the 27th. I might still be in Perth.
No worries. 27th, 10th, I'll still be here. Bradius reckons there should be a Christmas special. I'm happy to do a Monday the 20th if you all want.
We go back in time to where we all met secretly at one Christmas party and we all got so messed up that we forgot.
None of us can remember it, yeah.
No,
And
we
some
go
of that
forward in
special
time.
tea.
We go, no, better idea. We go forward in time to a Christmas party decades from now when we're meeting up after our adventures.
And we're just recounting this story.
Yeah, and we're recounting the story and stories that we haven't had yet
Well,
that we're probably too drunk to remember correctly.
I have nothing planned for next Monday's session, so if you all want to get together and do something on stream, I'm well up for it. Smeagol says deck the halls with bows and arrows.
Fa la la la
Tra la 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 la.
Bradius, Santa is evil and runs a slave factory. He is secretly the Maze Lord. Shh.
Yes.
But it has to be an animated special, says Smeagol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've all got those little anime filters, right?
Yeah,
Fine.
absolutely.
I'm sure I can get one.
All right. Anyway, I'll get you guys to let me know in our chat later if you're up for it.
Yeah.
And if you've got any ideas of what you'd like to do, and we can talk off screen about what we might or might not do there. No promises, chat, but next Monday there is a possibility that there'll be a thing. It won't be a continuation of this because not everybody knows it's there, unless I can get Smeagol and the rest of his group sitting behind me here. Hold on. Because that's not the right one. That's not the right one. There it is, sitting behind me here at our. How do I do this? At our gaming table, because when we played our live one the other day, we moved it right up here, and I sat back here, and we had most of us in screen. And I have ordered another one of these cameras, which has got decent resolution, but instead a collection of underwear got sent to me.
That's
I guess
what
it
you
is
wanted?
Christmas.
It is. So that didn't work. So I got some really nice form-fitting bras, actually really nice stuff, but it didn't fit me.
Now you've got gifts
or
for
more,
everyone.
or more importantly, it didn't fit me or my wife, and therefore probably going to have to take it back and ask for the actual camera.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be fun. Anyway, on that slightly peculiar note, as I try and deal with Kmart's online sales team, I will leave you all to it. Thank you so much for the evening. Let's move back so we can say goodbye to all of the people. There they are. Look at all the people. Nope, they've disappeared. How have they just... I don't understand.
Sad face. No.
Everyone.
I don't know what happened. Things have happened.
Just you.
Oh, it's on the wrong display, that's why.
Just got sick of it.
There it is. Fixed. I found it. There you go.
Yay.
Everyone's back. So thank you very much. If we see you next week... if we see you next week for some fun, that would be brilliant. But otherwise, have an awesome break, and we'll see you on the 27th. Bradius has left us with the little gem. Can someone remind us what Obama's last name is? Is it Care? Hilarious. I loved it. Thanks very much, folks. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in a fortnight for some battle. Some battle type things.
Bye, everybody.
See you later, everyone.
See ya.
Thank you very much for tuning
Cast.
in.
Yeah.
Time to cast